Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime. Today's case takes us back to Waukesha, Wisconsin. We've been in Wisconsin a lot this month, hey? Trials and everything. So, I'm first going to start off by showing you a news clip. I'm going to tell you now what you can expect in this episode. There will also be timestamps in the pinned comments and the description box afterwards, okay? So what we're going to do is look at a quick news clip just to see where the case is at. Then we're going to go over a deep dive timeline. We'll be reading the probable cause affidavit, as well as what happened after two girls were arrested for stabbing their friend. The friend survived, okay? So we'll look at a PCA, we'll do a little presentation, we're going to watch some body cam, and we're going to watch the latest press conference in this case, all right? If I sound a little nasally, I've got a little bit of a cold, but I'm kicking its ass, okay? So just pay no attention to it. Okay, so first, let's watch this clip so that we're all on the same page about what is going on here. So here we go.
Run.
Yeah, police say Geyser cut off her GPS monitor and escaped a group home in Madison on Saturday night. Police took her into custody last night, 30 minutes south of Chicago. Officers found Geyser with a 42-year-old man at a truck stop in Posen, Illinois. Well, 12 News was there as officers escorted Geyser from the police station to a squad car this morning. Police just identified the man that she was with as Chad Mecca, who is from Janesville. Now, according to a police report,
do not get me started on that man. Dude, 43 years old. Some reports say 42, some say 43. Okay. This girl's 23 and mentally unwell. Everybody knows that. But what's he doing? Oh, you sneaking into her group home through the window. Oh, you with your DV charges in your background. Sneaking into this girl's window at night. Somehow convincing her to run away with you, where the two of you have no money, no car, and you heading out to Nashville, Tennessee. And then when the police find them, because she cut off her ankle monitor and all that, he doesn't want to say his name, okay? It's a personal preference.
We just obtained minutes ago. The pair said that they met at a church in Madison, and he had been sneaking in her bedroom window to see her.
From Madison to Waukesha to Illinois, we have team coverage here at 4 o'clock, starting with 12 News and Monty Fleming in Posen.
We are in Posen, Illinois, just 25 minutes south of Chicago. This is where police found and eventually arrested 23-year-old Morgan Geyser. Police say when they found her, she was sleeping on the sidewalk outside of a Thornton's gas station and truck stop on Western Avenue. They say she was with someone else who they say is a man. Police say it was a gas station clerk who called 911 to report the two loitering outside of that building. And police say the two had no weapons on them, that their exchange with police wasn't at all violent, and that Geyser herself seemed nervous and shaken up when interacting with police. They say she
see something, say something. Somebody saw these two loitering and just thought, that doesn't look right. Let me call the police. Not knowing, of course, damn, they're looking for Morgan Geyser, who's one of the Slender Man stabbing attackers.
refused to give her real name several times, saying she'd be in trouble, that she did something bad, but eventually she did identify herself. Police also say Geyser and the man she was with, did not identify where they were going, just that they'd taken a bus from Madison, Wisconsin to end up here in Posen. Chief, can you talk a little bit about how Morgan Geyser was acting at the time of her arrest, the behavior she was showing, just her overall demeanor?
She just seemed very nervous, and like I said, she made a spontaneous statement that she had done something bad, and that's why she didn't want to provide her correct name.
Did she elaborate on what that something bad was?
Initially, no, she did not. She simply told the officer, here's my real name, you can Google me and you'll find out who I am.
Her extradition hearing is scheduled for tomorrow, Tuesday, at 26th in California at the Layton Courthouse in Chicago. In Posen, Illinois, Imani Fleming, WISN 12 News.
Okay, so we're going to pause that clip there. I'm going to link all the clips that I play in the description box for you in case you want to see them again. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the probable cause affidavit, okay? So that we can all learn about this case from the start. Maybe, wait, it's actually this one, hold on. This one, and we're going to do this so that everybody can see who's who while I read this document, and so that if you didn't follow the case before, after today's episode, don't worry, you're going to know all about it, right? Melissa Loves True Crime said, I'm glad she was caught. She's definitely unwell mentally given what she was originally locked up for. Thanks, Geyser, for covering this update. Thank you for being a member for 26 months, Melissa. Okay. Also want to thank Rob McMullen for buying me 5 coffees today. I'm definitely going to need it for this live stream. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have on this little picture that I made for you, the crime occurred May 31st of 2014 in Waukesha, Wisconsin. The girls were 12 years old, and they are 23 to 24 now. Morgan Geyser is the one that just escaped from a group home. Her friend, Anissa Vaya, was part of the crime. The two of them believed they needed to kill their best friend to please a fictional character called Slender Man. And Peyton Lutner is the survivor. She survived 19 stab wounds. Shame, my goodness. She was so betrayed by her best friends. And the friendship started because she felt sorry for Morgan Geyser, saying, shame, she doesn't have any friends. I'm going to be her friend. I think everybody deserves to have one friend. So her compassion, her empathy was so betrayed. So I'm going to keep this here so they could see who's who. While I read you the probable cause affidavit, thank you so much to Grizzly Cat for obtaining lots of documents in this case for me to study and for me to read to you. If you want to buy her coffee link, my coffee link, the Mod Squad coffee link is in the description box. All right, so this is Morgan E. Geyser, and we would say Geyser in South Africa with that surname, but Geyser is how you guys say it in the USA, and Anissa E. Vire. Okay, so here we go. Count 1, attempted first-degree intentional homicide, PTSD as a party to a crime, use of a dangerous weapon. The above-named defendant, on or about Saturday, May 31st of 2014, in the area of Riviera Drive and Big Bend Road in the city of Waukesha County, Wisconsin, as a party to the crime, attempted to cause the death of PL, which is Peyton, as we know now, with intent to kill that person. I mean, they were intending to. It's just amazing that the victim survived. Evie said, thank you, G, for all these great cases you bring to us in Mods 2. Thank you for being a member for 29 months. So they said, upon conviction may be sentenced to a term of imprisonment not to exceed 60 years. And further invoking the provisions of this Wisconsin statute, because the defendant committed this offense while using a dangerous weapon, a knife, the maximum term of imprisonment for the felony may be increased by not more than 5 years. Now this PCA, just to give you a heads up, is only 6 pages long. Okay, we've read some long ones recently. I love reading documents to you, with you, so if that's what you like as well, remember to like and share. Count 2, attempt first-degree intentional homicide, PTAC, as a party to a crime, use of a dangerous weapon. And this was about using the knife. So let's get to the probable cause, right? Let me make this slightly smaller, because now you know who's who. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, probable cause. And prays that this defendant be dealt with according to the law, that the basis for the complainant's charge of such offense is based upon a review of the investigative reports of various officers of the City of Waukesha Police Department, all of whom are believed to be truthful and reliable in this instance. Said reports of Officer Klein indicate that on May 31st, that's a Saturday, 2014, Greg R. Steinberg contacted the City of Waukesha Police Department to report a stabbing to a girl he located lying on the sidewalk in the area of Riviera Drive and Big Bend Road. Steinberg indicated the girl stated, please help me, I've been stabbed. Now I actually have that 911 call for you to listen to. Here we go.
911, what address your emergency?
Waukesha County, Lenny, I'm transferring over a caller on Big Bend at the dead end just south of Rivera.
Okay.
Came upon a 12-year-old female. She appears to be stabbed.
She appears to be what?
Stabbed.
Stabbed?
Correct.
Okay.
Sir, you still there?
Yes.
Hi, sir. So are you with this 12-year-old female?
Yes, she says she's having trouble breathing. She said she was stabbed multiple times.
Stabbed multiple times?
Yes.
Okay, sir, are you with her right now?
Yes.
Is she awake?
She's awake.
Is she breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing. She said she can take shallow breaths. She's alert.
Okay, stay with her. We're sending the police department. Don't hang up, okay?
Oh,
hold on just a minute. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on just a minute, sir. We're sending officers.
Okay.
Is there any assailant around?
I didn't even look. I don't see anybody.
It's a dead end. Okay, stay right with her, sir. Is she on the ground or is she standing up?
No, she's laying on the grass.
Laying on the grass. Stay right with her. Just let me know if she is remaining conscious or not, okay?
Okay.
Is there any bleeding going on?
Her clothing has got blood on it.
Where are the wounds? Do you see where the wounds are?
No, I don't know if I should be rolling her over and checking or not.
She was stabbed 19 times on her arms, on her legs, on her hip, torso, chest. So we'll read more from what they said in the PCA, but they said it's a miracle she survived.
Do you know where?
Okay, just stay with her and just let me know if she's conscious or alert or stops breathing or anything. Hold on, I'm going to talk to the ambulance. Police are also en route.
Okay, thank you. I'm bothering you at all? My shade? Okay. You're very
Okay. Just keep her in that position. Just let me know on her breathing.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
My name?
Your name.
My name.
Okay, were you just passing through?
Yes.
Okay, and you found her and she was just laying there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you see any active bleeding or blood spurting out or anything like that?
No, unless it's underneath her. I just see just dried blood.
Okay, just dried blood. Okay. Okay, is she still breathing? Is she still alert?
Yeah.
Okay, stay with her.
Yep.
Stay with her. Keep an eye on her. Hold on just a minute. Do not hang up, sir.
Okay, I will not. Who did that to you? Or don't you want to talk?
And she didn't say who did this or how it happened?
I don't know if she wants to be talking. I started to ask.
Shame. She said she was in a lot of pain. We're going to read the document now where they detail all of that. Peyton had been stabbed 19 times by her best friends. Completely unexpected. After being invited to Morgan Geyser's birthday party sleepover. Morgan, Anissa, and Peyton. And then they lured her into the woods. They had lots of plans to kill her in many ways. And they ended up stabbing her 19 times in the woods. And I'm so grateful that that cyclist came by that day, spotted her, and called 911.
Okay, that's okay. If she's...
Got to save her energy, I think.
Okay, but you see nobody else around you. Are you clearly visible? They pull down that road towards the dead end that they'll see you?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Are you clearly visible when they come down there so they see you?
I got a strobe flashlight on my bicycle. I'll shine that towards any emergency vehicle I see. And I'll be standing in the middle of the road.
You're in the middle of the road? And where's she, in the side of the road?
Yeah, she's on the grass. It's a little trail I take on my bicycle.
Okay, see. Don't hang up, sir. Just stay right with me.
Okay.
And let me know immediately if you see anything else suspicious in the area, car or person, anything.
All right.
Keep your eyes open. Was anyone coming or leaving, or any cars coming or leaving when you came upon her?
No.
Nothing?
No.
So were you on foot walking by, or did you pull up in a car?
Bicycle.
You're on a bicycle?
Yeah.
How did you see her? Did you just...
She's right in the middle of the little path I take.
Middle of the little path. Okay.
Yeah. There's a squad car coming now.
Okay, the squad car coming? Okay, flag the squad car down, protect her.
There he's coming.
Does she have a bike or anything with her?
No, I don't see it. One sandal is off, but, maybe 3 feet away from her.
Okay, flag that officer down. I'm going to let you go. Okay, you meet with him right now, okay?
Okay,
thank you.
Okay, shame, my goodness. So that was the 911 call in the case, right? And this was, again, May 31st of 2014. So, Peyton said, please help me, I've been stabbed. Steinberg stated he called 911 and tried to apply pressure to her wounds and stated that he stayed there until the fire department arrived. Officer Klein indicated he responded to that area and identified PL, the victim. She was wearing a white t-shirt under a black fleece jacket, which was covered in blood. When asked if she was okay, she said no. When asked who did this to her, she stated her best friend, Morgan Geyser, the above-named defendant. When asked where the stabbings took place, she stated in the woods, just to the east of Big Bend Road. She stated that she was in a lot of pain, and Officer Klein observed multiple wounds on her body, including on her legs, as well as blood spots from her abdomen area. Said reports of Officer Klein indicate he again made contact with PL at Waukesha Memorial Hospital, where Detective M. Tresoni asked PL several questions. That's the victim, the survivor actually, right? PL indicated that she did not want to go into the woods, but she was pushed inside. She remained in extreme pain and could only answer yes or no questions. At this time, Officer Klein indicated they learned that a third friend was involved, identified as Anissa Vaya, the above-named defendant. Said reports of Officer De Jarlis indicated that he was also present at Waukesha Memorial Hospital with PL. Officer De Jarlis indicates that PL was taken in for a CAT scan to determine the severity of her injuries, and he overheard one of the physicians indicating that there was fluid around her heart, which required a thorax surgical team to be called in. Officer De Jarlis noted that a total of 19 stab wounds were located and photographed. The officer further indicates that PL was taken to surgery, and the officer was later informed by several different medical personnel that the victim was 1 millimeter away from certain death. 1 millimeter. Officer De Jarlis indicates one of the stab wounds to PL's chest missed a major artery near her heart by 1 millimeter. The officer indicates that he was informed that if that artery was struck, PL would have died within minutes. The officer indicates that he also informed PL's heart was struck by the knife, and several medical personnel stated that PL was very lucky to be alive. The officer noted a different surgical team performed laparoscopic surgery on PL's abdomen. During that surgery, injuries were located to the victim's liver, pancreas, and stomach, all of which had been stabbed. Avatar says, I love your show. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we continue with said reports of Detective M. Tresoni indicates speaking with Anissa Vaya, who after being advised of her constitutional rights and waiving the same provided statements which are believed to be truthful and reliable in this instance as they are contrary to her penal interests. Vaya immediately began explaining the story of what had occurred and explained about a website called creepypasta.wiki. She explained that this was an internet site and talked about horror stories and nightmare stories. People can create and write their own stories. I'll actually zoom in a little bit more for us. How about that? Is that good? People can create and write their own stories, and in these stories, Anissa Vaya learned about a man named Slender Man. Vaya indicated that Slender Man is the leader of the creepypasta. Okay. Slender Man is at the top of the triangle. Just below Slender Man is the killer, and below the killer is the proxy. Vaya stated, in order to be a proxy, you needed to kill a person. This would show your dedication to Slender Man. Vaya stated that many people do not believe that Slender Man is real, and she stated that she wanted to prove the skeptics wrong. So that's part of the motive, to please a fictional character and to prove all the skeptics wrong. Wow. Okay, that's scary. Vaya indicated that she has been reading the Creepypasta Wiki website since October of last year, which would have been 2013. She stated that Morgan Geyser is also familiar with creepypasta and that Vaya introduced Morgan to it. Back in December of 2013 or January of 2014, Geyser told Vaya, we should be proxies of Slender. Vaya stated, okay, how do we do that? And Vaya stated that Geyser said, we have to kill Peyton, the victim, to prove ourselves worthy to Slender. Vaya explained that she was surprised but also excited to prove that he existed and to prove the skeptics were wrong. She stated that she felt that she had to physically kill someone. Geyser told Vaya that Geyser could have 2 friends over every year for her birthday. And in February of 2014, Geyser planned her birthday to be May 30th of 2014. It was in February that Geyser told Vaya that was the day that they were going to kill PL. My goodness. I mean, that's very premeditated, right? Fiona says, thank you for being a member for 34 months. You said, I had to take a true crime break. Grateful for all the content I have to catch up on. Missed my fellow Grizzlies. No place I'd rather be on YouTube. Thank you so much. And welcome back. Said reports of Detective M. Tresoni indicate why Vaya explained more about Slender, as she called him, and indicated that they learned he lives in a mansion in the Nicolet National Park, which they discovered was in Wisconsin. The plan was to kill PL and walk to Slender's mansion and become one of his proxies. My goodness, okay? They actually thought they were doing this. Said reports of Detective M. Tresoni further indicated that Via stated that on May 30th of 2014 after school, she and Geyser went to Via's house where she packed a backpack full of clothes, granola bars, water bottles, and a picture of her mother and father and her siblings. She explained that she brought the pictures because when they walked to the mansion, she didn't want to forget what her family looked like. They left Via's house and went to Geyser's. She and Geyser's father went to PL's and picked up PL. They all went to Skateland and returned at approximately 9:30 p.m. Via stated they went to sleep in Geyser's room and indicated there was a plan in place to kill PL while she was sleeping around 2 a.m. So that's their first plan. They wanted to kill her while she was sleeping. The plan was to put duct tape over PL's mouth, stab her in the neck, put the covers over her to make it look like she was sleeping, and run. This plan changed when they decided to go to Skateland on Friday night. Via indicated that on the morning of May 31st of 2014, the plan changed to kill PL in the park bathroom. As Via noted, the floor had a drain for the blood to go down. The plan was to kill her in there, lock the door, and run, leaving for the Nicolet National Park. Via indicated that when Geyser's mom said they could go and play in the park, Geyser grabbed a knife from the house. As they left for the park, PL, the victim, was walking in front of them, and Geyser lifted up the side of her white jacket and displayed the knife tucked in her waistband. Via stated that she gave Geyser a look with wide eyes, and when asked what that meant, Via stated, "I thought, dear God, this was really happening." Via indicated they eventually ended up in the bathroom where Via was going to do the stabbing because Via knew all the weak spots. Once in the bathroom, Geyser handed Via the knife, and Via explained that Geyser grabbed a hold of PL's arms in a stall, almost restraining her. She stated she needed to talk to Geyser and told Geyser she couldn't do it. Via gave the knife back to Geyser, at which time Via indicated that Geyser attempted to restrain PL, but Geyser had a nervous breakdown and Via had to calm Geyser down. You know, that's all it sounds very planned and very premeditated, and they're even backing out and then continue on. Okay, a short time later, Via suggested they go for a walk, and they began to walk outside in the park. It was then that Via pointed out the woods to Geyser and suggested they kill PL in the woods. Via indicated that they said they were going to play hide and seek so they could distract PL and kill her. Geyser was the first seeker, and PL and Via began to hide. Remember, they were all 12 years old. Via told PL where to hide, and PL began to kneel down. Via told PL to lay face down in the dirt, and PL refused and did not want to do that. Because of this, Via pushed PL and sat on her and began to complain. PL began to complain she could not breathe and began to yell. Via thought if she sat on PL, restraining PL, Geyser could stab her. She indicated because of PL's yelling, this was attracting attention and got Via off her. Via went to Geyser and told Geyser that PL was not laying down. Geyser then gave Via the knife, and Via told Geyser that she was too squeamish and gave the knife back to Geyser. Via indicated that she and Geyser were doing all this secretly so PL would never know. She stated once Geyser got the knife back, Geyser told Via, I'm not going to until you tell me to. Via stated she started walking away from Geyser and told Geyser, go ballistic, go crazy. Geyser said that Geyser would go ballistic, and Via said, now. Geyser responded, don't worry, I'm just a little kitty cat. Via indicates that Geyser then went to PL and tackled her, and then started stabbing PL. Via indicated that PL was screaming. She stated later on that day, Geyser stated that Geyser was counting in her head when Geyser was stabbing PL, and Geyser believed that she stabbed her 17 times. It was actually 19. Via indicated when Geyser got off of PL, PL began to scream, I hate you. I trusted you. Via stated that PL got up and tried to walk towards the street, but was stumbling. When Via noticed that PL was walking toward a street, Via indicates that she did not want others to see PL, so she grabbed a hold of PL's arm and started directing PL away from the street. She indicated she believed this is when she received blood on her shirt. Via stated that PL then fell down. She stated that PL said that she couldn't breathe, see, or walk. Vi indicated she told PL to lay down and to be quiet, indicating she would lose blood slower. This is so hectic. Just like, no, we don't want anyone to be seen by, no one must see you like this. So please just lie down, okay? And then you'll lose blood slower. My goodness, that is scary. I don't know why this chat is not, there we go. Is it popping up? There we go. The real Tonya B said this girl needs 24/7 supervision. I agree. For her own safety and for everybody else's, right? Thank you so much. Now there's a Walmart in this case, in case you didn't know. You're going to know today. Okay. So Vi stated she told PL this so that PL would again not draw attention to herself and would die. Sure. She told PL that they were going to get help, but she indicated they never planned on getting help for her. It was the hope that PL would die and they would see Slender and know that he exists. Vi indicated that PL was lying there. They began to back up and back away from PL at an angle so that PL could see them back away. Once they left, they walked through the bushes and walked to Walmart on Southwest Avenue. Stefan says, hello Walmart. Yeah, hello Walmart. There it is. Said reports of Detective M. Tresoni further indicate that Vi talked about the planning stages of the incident and said every now and then she and Geyser would whisper about the plan to kill PL when they were on the bus. She stated they talked about living in the woods and that what they would need to do to defeat animals. They also discussed but whispered about killing PL because they didn't want people to hear them because they would go to prison if they ever found out. Yeah. That tells me they know what they were about to do and planning to do for months was very wrong. They often used code words and stated cracker meant knife or it meant killing, and camping trip meant the Nicolet National Park. When Vi was asked if she knew what it meant to kill someone, not in a legal sense but in a human way of life, she stated, I believe it's ending a life and I regret it. Vi also explained, the bad part of me wanted her to die. The good part of me wanted her to live. My goodness. Said reports of Detective Casey indicating speaking with Morgan Geyser, the above-named defendant who, after being advised of her constitutional rights and waiving the same provided statements, which are believed to be truthful and reliable in this instance as they are contrary to her penal interests. Geyser, she's the one who's now been on the run recently, right? She was captured. We're going to go over that timeline too. What happened after all of this? Grimes Crime, thank you so much. All right. So, Detective, okay, so Geyser stated they were going to, hold on. Believe they're truthful, yes. Geyser concurred that there was a plan to try and kill PL. Geyser stated they were going to try and do it when PL was sleeping so that they did not have to look into her eyes. Oh my word, this is so hectic. They say you can almost see your reflection in someone's eyes and they wouldn't want to see themselves while killing someone. Again, these girls were 12 years old. This is quite something, eh? Geyser stated that Vi was very prepared to go with it, but Geyser found many flaws in that plan. When she was asked if there was another way, Geyser stated same way, except probably duct tape her mouth shut. When asked why they didn't do it that way, Geyser stated, I wanted to give Bella one more day. Now, Bella was a nickname that they gave to Peyton because apparently there were two Peytons in their class, and so they nicknamed their friend Peyton Bella. So when you hear them talk about Bella, they're talking about the victim, Peyton, the survivor. So she says, oh, I wanted to give Bella one more day. Geyser then stated, I wanted to see if I could put it off, but it didn't work out. Geyser then discussed how Via had thought about stabbing PL in the bathroom at the park. She stated that Vi had several plans and it was hard to keep track of all of them. Geyser stated that Vi tried to knock PL out. She stated after they were at the bathroom, they went by some trees by the dead end and then stabby, stab, stab. That's what she said. Geyser stated they told PL they were going to go bird watching and they played hide and seek. Hold on. Sorry, there's a news clip playing in my ear. Hold on one second. Stop that! Thank you. Something just started auto-playing and that is not acceptable while we are reading documents. So distracting. Okay, hold on. We're coming back now. Here we go. Sure, I got a fright team and I got a fright. Okay. especially reading such an intense document, you're like, what is that? Okay, moving on. Okay, so they're going to go bird watching and play hide and seek. Geyser stated that Geyser counted first and Via and PL hid. Geyser stated she found them both. She stated they played a second game of hide and seek and then Via did the jumping thing. Geyser stated that she had the knife most of the time and indicated when they left their mother's house, Geyser had the knife in her pocket. At one point, Geyser stated that Geyser took the knife out of the bag and PL got stabbed. Geyser was asked who stabbed PL and Geyser stated, both of us. When Geyser was asked if Geyser was sure that she had stabbed PL, she stated, yeah. She indicated that they told PL they were going to go bird watching and stated, people that trust you are very gullible. She stated they went to play hide and seek and that Via jumped PL and stated, Kitty, now. Geyser stated that Via often calls Geyser Kitty because Geyser has cats. She stated, then we stabbed her. I think it was Via first. Via sort of put the knife in my hand and then I continued to stab her. When asked how many times Geyser thought she stabbed PL, she stated she did not know. She stated all I heard was screaming. She stated they ran up the road, saw a police officer, had come to the scene and they were hiding in the woods. At one point, Geyser stated she was sorry. When asked what happened to the knife after they stabbed PL, Geyser stated that she put the knife back into her bag and wiped it off on her jacket. She then stated to Detective Casey, it was weird that I didn't feel remorse. Wow. Said reports of Detective Casey further indicate that Geyser went on to indicate that this occurred by the dead end off of Big Bend Road. And when asked why they did this, Geyser stated that Via said they had to, or he would kill our family. When asked who he was, Geyser stated she did not know him. We threw each other under the bus a bit, hey? When asked when they started thinking about this, Geyser stated she knew about it since December, which would be December of 2013. When again asked why they were going to stab PL, Geyser stated it seemed necessary. When Geyser was asked what she was trying to do when she stabbed PL, Geyser stated, I may as well just say it. Kill her. Oh my word. Geyser was asked about Slender Man, and Geyser stated that she'd never met him. She stated that he watches her and he can read her mind and can teleport. Geyser told Detective Casey that Slender Man has tendrils on him and that they are sharp. She stated that she sees him in her dreams. She stated that she sees him when no one else does, and that you start to get slender sickness because of slender radiation. She stated that he's not on the computer because he doesn't like technology. It does not work around him. When Geyser was asked if she knew what she did was wrong, she stated, probably wrong. She asked Detective Casey if it was illegal to stab someone in self-defense. Detective Casey indicated that he responded to her that it is sometimes. Detective Casey indicates he then asked Geyser if that is what happened here, and she stated no. Now, her Google searches were incredibly sinister as well. Like, how do you get away with murder? How to kill someone? Could you say it's self-defense? All sorts of things like that. So that alone was very creepy, especially for a 12-year-old, oh my word. Said reports of Detective Casey further indicate that Deputy Faith of the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department had located and taken both Geyser and Via into custody. Deputy Faith noted at the time that a purse had been recovered sitting between the two girls, and Detective Casey indicates that he looked inside of the purse and observed a large kitchen knife. The purse was identified by Geyser as one of her mother's old purses and was the bag that Geyser indicated she put the knife back into after wiping it off on her jacket. Said reports of Detective Casey further indicate that Via's father, William Via, did indicate he was missing a 2.5-inch knife from his residence. The reports of Officer Platter indicate that located in Via's backpack was a knife with a 5-inch blade. Damn. So there were two knives? There was the purse and there was the backpack? I don't know. But that's scary, hey? Okay, so that's the probable cause affidavit. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you what happened after that, because that was hectic. And can you imagine how scary it must have been for the survivor, the victim in this case, but the survivor, Peyton, to learn that Morgan Geyser had just recently escaped a group home. My goodness, that must be so scary to be like, wait, what? You know, to know that, okay, she's under supervision, all that is one thing. But to know that she's on the loose again, that must have been really, really scary. Okay, so May 31st of 2014, we've got Morgan on the left, Anissa on the right. Morgan Geyser, 12, and Anissa Vire, 12, were arrested hours after stabbing their classmate, Peyton Bella Leutner, age 12, 19 times in Davids Park Woods in Waukesha, Wisconsin. They were found walking along Interstate 94 in Waukesha County, Wisconsin. Their interrogations began soon after. Geyser was interviewed by Detective Thomas Casey starting around 5:15 p.m. and Vire by Detective Michelle Tresoni. So on that same day, thankfully, they were found. Also because the victim in this case was able to say, my best friends did this to me. They stabbed me. And so they could track down, well, who are they? Who's Morgan? Who's Anissa? What do they look like? And try to find them, put out that bolo and all of that. And they were found on the same day, within hours, which was actually amazing, right? Weird Debbie M says, thank you, Grizzly, for all that you do to keep us informed. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. Now, on May 31st of 2014, that's the day the stabbing occurred, they were both placed in a secure juvenile detention. On June 2nd of 2014, I have to tell you this little quick timeline so that you know why we're here today. Like, what happened since then? So they stabbed their friend survived, she underwent multiple surgeries, she recovered, she has PTSD, nightmares, but she's managed to, to make new friends, to go to college. She's apparently studying to be a doctor, and she's apparently doing well, but still sleeps with a pair of broken scissors, they say, under a pillow, and has her windows closed at all times. She's terrified. She still has nightmares and everything, right? And of course, trust was majorly broken. Now, May 31st was the day the stabbing occurred. June 2nd of 2014, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Vire were charged as adults. Things got real serious then. Charged as adults with attempted first-degree intentional homicide with the use of a dangerous weapon. And they were held on a $500,000 bond each. On June 19th of 2014, the preliminary hearings with case details were held, including their planning for months, the Slender Man obsession, the sleepover lure, specific methods, duct tape, stabbing in the bathroom for blood drainage, etc. Geyser and Vire argued then for a reduction to attempted second-degree intentional homicide, claiming unnecessary defensive force due to delusional fear of Slender Man. Judge Michael O. Boren finds probable cause for first degree, binding them over to adult court, as evidence demonstrates intent to kill with premeditation. See, the judge already then was like, holy crap, this is so dangerous. Now on the top right, that is a picture of Anissa, and then on the bottom is a picture of Morgan Geyser. December 2014 to January 2015, there were mental health evaluations that revealed Morgan Geyser has early onset schizophrenia with hallucinations like seeing Slender Man. Anissa Vire has shared psychotic disorder influenced by Geyser. Both are found incompetent to stand trial initially and committed for treatment. By August 21st of 2017, Anissa Vire pleads guilty, but then she's found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. She was sentenced to 25 years at the Winnebago Mental Health Institute, so committed until age 37, eligible for release after 3 years. December 21st of 2017, Geyser pleads guilty, but she was also found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. Okay, especially because of the schizophrenia. February 1st of 2018, Morgan Geyser was sentenced to a maximum of 40 years at the Winnebago facility, the mental facility, committed until age 53, eligible for release after 3 years. Judge Boren cites her lead role and ongoing risk. September 13th of 2021, Anissa Vire was granted conditional release to live with her father under GPS monitoring, medication and therapy after experts deem her stable and low risk. So that's where she's at. Because we all want to know, this one was in a group home, where's the other one? Oh, she's living with her dad, okay? Conditional release, GPS monitoring, so she's got an ankle monitor on, medication, therapy, all of that. So it seems like she has behaved herself accordingly. Morgan, not so much. Now, April 2022, Morgan Geyser's first release petition was denied. The court cites ongoing schizophrenia risks and public safety concerns. Apparently, she was writing letters to people, she was scribbling in her notebooks, and it was all sadistic, violent, all of that. January of 2024, Morgan's second release petition was denied. Judge Boren rules she still poses a danger despite treatment progress. July of 2025, Morgan's third petition is granted, and she was conditionally released to a group home. I think there was hearing for that in March of 2025, then it was granted July 2025, and then August, September, October. In October, she went to that group home, and I mean, within weeks, just a few weeks, she was already running. So, July 2025, her third petition was granted, conditionally released to a group home with GPS ankle monitor, medication, therapy, and no contact orders, including with, her accomplice there, Anissa Vaya, or the survivor, Peyton Lutner. Experts testify she's stable on her medication, remorseful, and low risk. Oh my. So other articles saying that she wasn't actually taking her medication, but okay, that's what they said at the time, right? And then the process begins to get into the group home. On November 23rd of 2025, she uses a pair of scissors and cuts off her ankle monitor. She escapes the group home. A statewide alert is issued, and she's considered potentially dangerous but not armed. I was really worried. Were you worried? I was so worried. I was like, she's escaped, and somebody at the time had reported, today's date, by the way, it's November 25th. It's like 2 days later. It feels like this has been so intense. I've been watching this. I was like, oh my word, there's a manhunt for Morgan Geyser. And somebody said she'd like run into the direction of the woods. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like into the woods? No. This is not safe. None of it's safe at all. Not for her own safety, not for anybody else's. Is it okay that she cut off her ankle monitor and is running around? I think that's how that works. So, Morgan Geyser escapes, right? She removed her ankle monitor. And on November 24th, thank goodness, that was yesterday, she was recaptured at a truck stop in Posen, is that how you say it? Illinois, with a 43-year-old man. Okay, she's returned to Winnebago Mental Health Institute, and on November 25th of 2025, that's today, she awaits a revocation hearing, release likely revoked due to her escape. Okay, so I'm hoping for her own safety, for her own well-being, and others, that she just goes back to that Winnebago Mental Health Institute, a secure facility, and is kept safe there. So we are going to look at the body cam, okay, of when they caught her. The group home is under the supervision of the Wisconsin Department of Corrections. Morgan was accompanied by Chad Mecca, a 43-year-old man, described as a close friend or acquaintance of Morgan. Morgan told the police that she met Chad at church, and then he would sneak into a window at the group home. Okay, then what? What? Okay, he has a rap sheet, including disorderly conduct and domestic violence. Oh, from February of 2025. Yeah, I'm red flagging this guy all the way. And she refers to him as her because he's apparently transgender. Okay, so I was confused at first. I'm like, some people are saying her, some people are saying he. I don't know what's going on here. I see a man in the video. What is happening? And I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. Morgan indicated that they were heading to Nashville, Tennessee, but they don't know the reason they were going there. Chad says that he was unhappy with how she was being treated at the group home. Why? Because they didn't want her to see him. Oh, you're sounding like a predator, bro. It sounds to me like you were sneaking into the psychiatric patient's window, which is at a group home. What you doing that for? Huh? Okay, and then you have no plan. This is not good for her. This is not with her best interest at heart at all. I'd love to know more about him. So yeah, he was unhappy that he could not see her. They boarded a Greyhound bus from Wisconsin to Chicago before walking to the south side of the city, where they boarded a bus to Posen, where they ran out of money and then stopped at a gas station. In her backpack, you'll see in the body cam when you watch it now, they opened like a notebook, and she said, "A guide for homeless couples." Yeah, she wrote that down. Okay. He was charged with criminal trespassing and obstructing identification, and he was released on a citation and a notice to appear in court. Okay, now I want to know what else. Is he going to appear in court? What's going to happen next? Allie B from Tennessee said, they were coming to get me. They were coming your way to Tennessee, apparently. I don't know what they were going there for. Now, Peyton, the survivor of the story, the victim of the case, amazing survivor. Now 23 years old, has largely maintained a private life since surviving the attack from her best friends. She's spoken publicly a few times about her recovery, most notably in a 2019 ABC 2020 interview where she described enduring physical scars from the 19 stab wounds, PTSD, emotional trauma, but also her resilience, graduating from high school, attending college, and focusing on living a normal life. She said she sleeps with a pair of broken scissors under her pillow and still has nightmares. I mean, look at these three little friends here. You know, here's Peyton. In the middle, that's Morgan. On the right-hand side, that's Anissa. 12 years old. I think they're 12 in that picture. Wow. Can you imagine? Okay. So, let's now have a look. Firstly, I'm going to show you the map. How about that? Okay, and we are back. Let me bring up this map for you here, and let's quickly just clean up the screen like this. Okay, so just so we could see what is what before we watch all this body cam, I'm sure everybody want to imagine where is everything. Okay, so let's just go from here. Excuse me, Uncle Google, don't bother us now. Okay, we are trying to zoom in here. Okay, so the crime occurred on Big Bend Road and East Riviera Drive, and Morgan Geyser and Anissa Vire lived on Big Bend Road. So yeah, they were having a sleepover for Morgan's birthday, right? And they just walked to this little wooded area, and that's where Peyton was attacked. Okay, so you could see this whole wooded area here. So I don't know exactly where it was, but they said it was on East Big Bend Road and East Riviera Drive. Somewhere here. I think it was actually somewhere here. Yeah. If you know, if you're local, tell me if I don't have the exact spot there, right? Let me quickly see what you guys are saying in chat. Al Ross said Waukesha has 30 days to pick her up. She waived her extradition. Okay, I'll let them pick her up tomorrow. How about now? How about now? Okay. So we've got that. That's where the crime occurred. So just so that you can reference from there, then here in Madison, at this Cronky Drive is apparently where the group home was, where Morgan escaped from with her ankle monitor. And look how far down south. She was found here at this Thornton's gas station in Posen, Illinois. My goodness. So let me just see, how many miles was that, did they say? It was like 200 miles or something. She was captured Sunday night, 165 miles from the group home. Okay. So you can just picture it like this. How about we look at it like this? This is where the crime occurred. This is where the group home is, where she was staying. This is where she was found with that 43-year-old man. Okay, so now let's have a look at the body cam, shall we? Of when they found them. And remember, it was somebody that saw them loitering around and thought, let me call this in. This does not look right. And thank goodness they did. Okay, here we go. This is 15 minutes long. So we're going to watch this body cam, and we're also going to watch a 15-minute press conference that they had after her capture. Okay? Wait, I might have muted this. Where's the sound? Hold on. Okay.
Because they used to do that before, but
We'll start there. There's initially no sound, of course. Then the sound kicks in.
I advise them that Robins, I don't know if they're able to like sleep in their lobby, because they used to do that before, but they said that they're just going to move it.
Yeah, I had called to see. I didn't know what to look like. I fed them. So I was calling to see, can they get somewhere for the night?
Yeah, and the thing is, there ain't a lot of shelters. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
They find shelters for other people, but down.
Yeah, because I bought them food.
This is them over
I,
here.
you know, I couldn't leave them out here. So I was like, I didn't know what to do. So I was like, just let me call and see if y'all know
I
something.
told them that I believe Robin's in the water. They're able to sleep there, but they said that they're
Where you guys from?
South.
South? Like how far?
Not that far. We're not living anywhere. We'll be fine tonight.
Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are warm.
We're fine.
You sure?
Yeah. I appreciate it.
No problem. I just want to make sure you guys have some place to want to stay.
No, we're always close.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23?
Yeah.
How old is he?
She's transgender. She's
Oh, how old is she? 23? Okay.
I don't have my ID, but
All right, well, give him your name and date of birth, because we just got to make sure you're saying who you are, you say you are, okay? You're not missing them and stuff, okay?
Thank you, Mom.
No problem. Thank you for calling. Because I don't believe you're 23. That's why. Okay? And we got called here for a call. So just be honest. I want to make sure that you're not missing. As long as you're not missing, you can go on your way. Are you missing from somewhere? Then just give me your name and date of birth and you can be on your way.
Man.
okay, I'm 19.
Huh?
I'm 19.
19?
I mean, she is 23. Morgan Geyser tells the police officer, I'm 23. He says, I don't believe you are 23. So just tell me who you are and how old you are. She's like, okay, I'm 19. Oh dear. Oh dear. Miranda, for life, says, is she holding a stuffed animal? She was holding a stuffed animal. Yes. Yala said, who's that woman who called the cops? A hero. I guess, right? She didn't even know. She just thought, these ones are loitering around here. Let me call this in. This doesn't look right. Not knowing, the police were looking for Morgan Geyser.
It's fine. You're still an adult. So
yeah. So what's your last name? No what?
I don't want to give you my name.
okay, well then we're gonna arrest you and take you an ID. We're gonna hold you an ID at the station for fingerprints. So you don't want to obstruct an officer. Give me your name and date of birth. You're not wanted for murder, right?
Right.
Well then you ain't gonna have a problem with us. I promise you. Okay? You're making it a bigger deal than it is.
It is.
It is. Transgender. So just get her name, his name.
Do you have your ID with you? No. Were you ever issued an ID? Or anywhere? Yeah. You were? Okay. What state were you issued an ID out of?
Sorry, I'm cold. I wasn't. Mine was issued out of Wisconsin.
Okay. And what's your last name?
Robertson.
Can you spell that? Do you have a middle initial? Okay. What's your date of birth? R-O-U.
No, R-O-B. Robert.
Oh, Robertson. Okay.
His son. I think his son's great.
Your last name is U-R-I-E-S?
Yes, please.
Government name?
You said you what? It's your real name, right? Right. It's not a big deal. You'll be on your way, okay?
L-E-S.
Okay, do you have a middle?
Last name George, Robert, Ida, Edward, Sam. First name Stephanie, Sam, Tom, Edward, Paul, Henry, Adam, Nora, Ida, Edward. Date of birth, April 16, 2002. Female.
Definitely shivering. I think it was cold, hey?
My car? Right there.
It's out of Wisconsin.
Still running in Wisconsin, name and date of birth. I mean, unless you want to do it over there, that's even easier. Hey, what's up, bud? No, we just got called here for...
Oh, the first time I saw that, man. Makes me really angry. He's like, did we do something wrong? Yeah, you did. You did. You convinced this 23-year-old patient, that's part of a group home, they came out of a mental institution to cut off her ankle monitor and run away with you? Oh my word. Dan Ben said some are trying to say she's innocent in this escape and was influenced by this person. I mean, it could be. She could have been influenced by him, but I mean, she still took the action of cutting off her ankle monitor and off they went. And their plan actually failed very quickly. It's like, get on a bus, off we go, we're on our way, we're going to Nashville, Tennessee with absolutely no plan, just scribbling in our notebooks a guide for a homeless couple. What's the plan? And then you run out of money and you're loitering around and people are like, this is weird, this is weird. And now you don't want to give your real names. They're like, you don't want it for murder, right? She's like, right. Oh my, are you missing from somewhere? No. We don't believe you're 23. Okay, I'm 19. Wow. Scary, hey? Thank you, Jen.
Service call, so... Well, now you did something wrong because it's come back no record on files, and that means you're lying to us about your name. Okay? So now that's obstructing. I'm going to give you one more chance before we're going to take you in custody and fingerprint you. Okay? So just be honest. It's not a big deal. You're making it a bigger deal.
Robert Tom, Sam, Nora, first name is Charles. Third initial, I'm married, date of birth 12/17, 1983. Should have a
give me real name.
ID for really.
Okay? Because if he comes back, no record on file also, which I hope he doesn't, because that means both of you are lying, I'm going to take you both in for fingerprints. Okay? Don't make us do all that. We just want to send you on your way. No, you can't.
Wisconsin involved Charles Roberts.
You guys wanted for something?
Charles, I'm married.
Why are you hiding your name? I don't understand.
But you didn't come back to anything either. Even out of Wisconsin.
I just don't want my identity out there.
Because you're someone said earlier, an XL red flag. You're a giant red flag. It's like, I don't want my name out there. It's out there now. It's big time out there. What are you doing? A 43-year-old man with this girl. What are you doing? So even the woman who called it in, maybe she watches true crime. Maybe she's a grizzly. If she's watching, if you want to email me, grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. Maybe she saw, damn, that's an age gap. What's going on here? Why are they sleeping at a gas station? What is happening? It didn't look right. Call that in, right?
Okay.
It's just personal preference.
Okay. You can have that preference, but we're going to have that preference of taking you in and fingerprinting you. Okay? That's what we're going to do.
Is there any way to avoid that?
Yeah, give us your right name, date of birth, and then we can go on our way. We don't want to mess with you. We don't want to take you in and fingerprint you. But if that's what I have to do, I have to make sure you're not wanted for anything, no homicides or anything like that. That's it.
I can promise you
okay.
that much. And I know
I don't know you and you don't know me.
I know.
Okay? So give your name, make sure you ain't wanted for no warrants, and then you're good. Stephanie, one last chance. This is your last opportunity.
I like how this police officer, just one more chance. They don't even know what they're dealing with right here, right? That's why Morgan later says, just Google my name. Let me write it down. Just Google it. Then you're going to know who I am. They must have been like, whoa. Zazua said, just joining. Is he from the group home too? No. Apparently she met him at church. And then he was sneaking into a windows of the group home. So, okay. There's that, yeah. So, okay, let's keep going.
Okay, let's try this again.
I don't know what you're so scared about.
Here, what's your last name?
Please, I didn't break the law.
Can we please let her go?
So you did by lying to the officer.
And you guys are loitering.
Trial statute of false identification at this moment, which is a Class A misdemeanor. That's a arrestable offense. Therefore, you can be placed under arrest for that. Both of you, because you lied and you lied. You didn't give me your real name.
And we got dispatched here because you guys are loitering in the back of the business. It's not like we...
And there's signs posted, there's no loitering, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's not a big deal. What is your name? Don't make us arrest you and do all this extra stuff that we don't need to do.
We have other stuff to worry about.
I know. We got way more serious things to worry about than this. But we got called here. It ain't like we just walked up and started messing with you.
And not only that, but when we print you, it could take a day,
2 days.
2 days until your prints come back before we can. So you'll be in our custody until we can release you. If you want to sit in the cell all day, that's fine.
And your prints might come back before him. So then that means that he would still stay at the station and you might get released. You might as well just avoid all of that and tell us your real names.
Look, if you want to stay in a cell for 3 days, by all means, we'll go this route.
Go on her thing. At this point, we're just going to detain him. Detain her.
Please let her go.
Then
Please let her go.
Then give him your name.
I did something wrong.
What did you do
She doesn't
wrong?
know what I did.
Okay, that's fine. I ain't.
Let me talk to you over here. Okay?
What is it that you did wrong?
I did something really wrong.
What?
47 and Cicero.
What did you do wrong?
47 and Cicero by the 500 train.
It's not that. It can't be that serious.
Charlie X-ray 3727.
What was it?
We have to identify you. Okay, well, you agree.
And what is your name? What's happening? We don't want problems with you, okay? We just need to ID you. That's it.
Okay. Now,
What did you do wrong?
4 or 5 days, maybe even a week. Until your
What?
prints come back. Okay. Unless that's what you
She
want
doesn't
to do.
know my real name.
Okay. Well,
But
give him your real
you didn't give
name.
me your
Don't
real
tell
information.
him.
I don't care about her right because we're dealing with you. Okay. Can't give you your information? Why? Why can't you give me your?
So you're gonna write her name down now and say, just Google it. Somebody says, hold on. Yeah, Evie says, wait, I'm lost. Who's she? She is this 43-year-old man here who has told Morgan that he's transgender. So he wants Morgan to call him she. So when she says she doesn't know my real name, she's referring to this guy standing over here. Okay.
What's wrong with that? So he says he just can't give me his information.
Okay, so take him in custody.
MORGAN.
And then your last name?
GEYSER.
What is it?
GEYSER. I promise she did not know.
GEYSER. And then what's your date of birth?
May 16th, 2002.
Which is public
Morgan
record.
is your first name, right?
Yes.
GEYSER.
No.
Let me say goodbye, please.
Okay, we will.
I will never see her again.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't.
304.
Why?
Because I did something bad. Let me say goodbye.
We will let you say goodbye, but just stand by until we figure out what's going on. Okay?
You
I promise. I'll let you say goodbye.
No matter what I did?
Yeah, no matter.
Last name.
That's my word, okay?
Okay.
Okay? You're being honest with me.
I'm being honest. That's my name. Trust me, I didn't want to give it to you.
Okay.
You'll see why in a second. But she didn't know my name. She didn't know my name. Not my
That's all I have.
Didn't call that
I have low battery.
Huh? Hold on. What is it?
We're not going to custody, okay? So that we're going to do all your whatever you have to fucking confession.
I will quickly pause. Denise says that was much earlier in time, and obviously parents did not watch her internet content. It's hard to understand how she was granted early release to a group home, but yes, she served only 10 of 40 years in a state mental institution. I remember well. Thank you so much for your support, and yeah, instead of 40, well, she's going back there now. Yeah, okay.
Is that your real name? It didn't come back.
Just like that.
That's my real name.
What's your middle initial?
E.
E?
Trust me.
Is that your real birthday?
Yes, May 16th, 2002.
You got E as that Edward?
No.
Okay, middle initial.
I'm getting a 59 1 mil, so what about 119 in our house?
You can put him in.
E, right?
Yeah, E.
12, always in these 10-8 situations, so.
I didn't know, I'm sorry.
Number 014, Morgan E. Geyser, Criminal Record.
Go ahead and put your hands on
You
the
said
bench.
I could say
I will
goodbye.
let you. You guys going to the same place, okay?
I promise you didn't know.
Okay.
You're home. We got 2 across the street.
We'll get you warm, okay? Have you ate?
What?
Have you ate anything? All right, hold on a second. Is your ID in your purse? Honestly.
It is.
Okay.
I know you will. It's not.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go through it.
Give me, I was a 1037 vehicle.
Try to get mid-low.
Get the car wash in the 145 block of Cicero. Greyhound. I'll get you a quick minute.
Hey, Ronnie, take these bags since you got gloves. Try to find an ID in her. She said she doesn't have one. I think she's.
Yeah.
She's saying that it's really, really bad. So the only really thing bad is you'll never see me again. Is I hope she didn't commit a homicide.
Almost.
But she's the way she's talking. She's saying that it's really, really bad.
All right. Homeless couple's guidebook. Okay, well, I think that was the start of it.
I'll be telling you.
You got a flashlight, bro?
Do I got a flashlight? Yeah, I got a flashlight. Go through this one for ID.
The Wolfgang 29 works up for here. No, I want.
Let's just do it back at the station so then it's warm. Let's put all that back in the thing.
This is their stuff, right?
Did you drop your pen?
No, that's not mine.
Someone's pen's over there.
Yeah, that's his, whoever it was.
014, can we get a email, sir?
Back at the station.
Put this in your front here, right? Another
You want them at the scene or the station?
Station.
Hey, so let's just charge them also because of the cannabis, everything.
Yeah, for sure. They had cannabis on them, so they're going for that too.
Okay. They had MJ on them. My goodness. Mo Preciado said, haven't we been talking about Milwaukee a lot lately? Well, Wisconsin in general. This is Waukesha, Wisconsin, right? You said she doesn't seem to have any sort of plan. Increase her meds. Shaking my head. Well, keep her safe from herself and everybody else, right? Keep everybody else safe too. Okay, so that's that body cam. And now I want to show you, there's one more clip here, which is a bit extended. You know, all these news stations just post a little bit. So here, look at, wait, let's go back a few seconds.
Alone in the squad car.
So sorry. I wish I had it.
Geyser is set to face a judge tomorrow for an extradition hearing.
That's where everybody's saying now, that update I missed now, because I've been preparing this. Oh, she waived extradition, so they got 30 days to pick up. Okay. So she was like, I'm so sorry, I wish I hadn't, in the back of the squad car there. Now, off we go to the press conference, which happened yesterday. Let's watch this. It's 14 minutes long.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming. My name is Hillary Mintz, and I'm the Public Information Officer here with Waukesha County. District Attorney Leslie Basie and Assistant District Attorney Abby Nicolai are here today to go over Morgan Geyser's procedural timeline and potential next steps here with Waukesha County. Any investigative questions you have about what happened over the weekend in Madison should be directed to Madison Police. So I will bring up District Attorney Leslie Basie first to kind of talk about her reaction to what happened with Morgan Geyser.
Thank you, Hillary. And good afternoon, everyone. I just found out yesterday about the escape, Morgan Geyser escaping from her placement in Dane County. As Hillary indicated, I'm not here to talk about that investigation. My understanding is that the Dane County law enforcement is investigating her leaving her placement and what occurred after that.
Let me boost it for you.
What we do know is that she left, she cut off her bracelet. She fled to Illinois, which is where she was arrested yesterday. Any charges, as Hillary stated, with regard to the investigation from her escape would be handled by the Dane County District Attorney's Office. We are grateful for the efforts of law enforcement, not only in Dane County, but also throughout the area, because obviously she was taken into custody in Illinois and is currently in custody in Illinois. In terms of what happens from here, there is an extraditable warrant for her arrest. We are verifying with Cook County, which currently has Ms. Geyser in their custody, as to where we go from here. Our governor's office is also in contact with the authorities to see how they can best handle getting her from Illinois back to the custody of Department of Health Services, which is whose custody she has been in since she was actually committed by the court.
If you're only joining now, at the beginning of this live stream, we did a full case recap. We read through the entire probable cause affidavit, and we also went over the timeline of what happened with the sentencing. You know, how were the two charged? What happened to those charges? What did they plead guilty to? Why were they found not guilty in the end? And what the plan was and how we got here. Okay, so if you missed that, it will be in the timestamps for you afterwards in the pinned comment and in the description box, or you could just hover over the video. I'll do it immediately after the live stream. Now we're watching a press conference, and then we're going to watch some more clips, including a little interview that the media has done with a guy that Morgan was found with.
With regard to what happens from here, once Ms. Geyser is brought back to Waukesha County, it will be up to Department of Health Services whether they file a petition to revoke her conditional release. We are certainly hopeful that they do proceed with that. We fully support it. We support that she should be in custody. Not only should she have been in custody from 2014 forward, but also Attorney Nicolai argued vehemently for her not to be released to conditional release in, I believe it was January of this year. And therefore, we will be fully supporting a petition if one is filed. Obviously, our thoughts are with the victim and the victim's family during this time. It's unfortunate, but we found out yesterday morning about Morgan's escape. Victim witness was immediately notified of this information. The director of the victim witness unit, Jen Dunn, did reach out to the victim and her family. We were told that they had not been informed prior to Ms. Dunn reaching out to them that Morgan had escaped. And I'm able to verify that when we spoke with the victim's family, or when Ms. Dunn spoke with the victim's family at 12:20 this morning or this afternoon, they still had not been informed by any other agency other than our own that she had escaped, which is very concerning. While she was on the loose, we were very concerned about the safety of the victim and her family, as well as our community. We are continuing to assist them in this process. We are updating them, our office is updating them as to what is happening, but that certainly was a concern that they were not notified of this in a more prompt manner. What we know is that there was a period of time between approximately 8 o'clock on Saturday evening to when she was taken into custody yesterday, in which she was not monitored by any person. She was on the loose and her whereabouts were unknown. So we take this very seriously. Our office will not get involved again in this case until a motion to revoke her conditional release is filed. We will then go back to court. We will fully support that motion and that petition to revoke her conditional release, and we will then go before a judge to make a decision on whether or not she will be returned to conditional release or whether she would be returned to institutionalized care, which is where she came from.
So that's the plan. Not going to prison. The next step would be now Morgan Geyser. So she was recaptured. Remember, this was in Illinois, Posen, Illinois. So she waived her extradition today, November 25th of 2025. And so now they have to take her back to Waukesha County, Wisconsin. There, they expect she'll be sent back to where she had initially come from. Not the group home, but the Winnebago Mental Health Institute in Oshkosh, where she was previously committed, or a similar secure facility, but she's probably going back there, then there will be a hearing to talk about her conditional release, and then they'll have to decide, well, can she be conditionally released back to a group home, or will she be recommitted to, for example, the Winnebago Mental Health Institute for a long time, maybe for the 40 years she was supposed to be there. You know what I mean? So we shall see what happens later. I would think that they would keep her in a secure facility for her entire sentence, or longer, for her own well-being and that of others.
And that's all I have at this time.
Can you file that motion to have her revoked or not?
No, the state, we cannot, Department of Health Services, per statute, has to file that motion. She is in their custody.
Can you appeal to them or talk to them and request that?
We are in contact with the Department of Health Services, but ultimately it is their decision.
So in March, Defense Attorney Tony Cotton said that a group home would have more restrictions in place than Winnebago. Was the DA's office receiving regular updates on Ms. Geyser's time at the group home? And if so, what was that day-to-day like and monitoring like?
I do not know what the monitoring was like. I don't believe that we received any updates, although I would confer with Attorney Nikolai. We did not. Obviously, he was misstating the nature of the monitoring that was taking place.
So the warrant that you're speaking of, is that issued by Dane County or the state? Or
the Department of Health Services did forward that warrant to our intake judge last night, and the intake judge, from what I saw this morning, did sign that.
So it's a Waukesha County warrant?
Correct.
Because DHS requested.
Correct, and because the case is out of Waukesha County, that's why it will come back to Waukesha County for the decision if a petition to revoke her conditional release is filed.
All right, I think that's a little why this is a little confusing, because is there a criminal case in Dane County then? Is that a crime to cut your bracelet off if you're not under a criminal?
Certainly, again, this is a Dane County decision. As I looked at the statute, it looks like you can escape, be charged with a felony for escaping under a 971 commitment. Also, if there was damage to the bracelet when she cut it off, which I assume that there would be, that would be a crime as well. But again, that's outside of Waukesha County's purview. That would be a decision. Law enforcement in Dane County, who leads the investigation, would refer charges over if they believed it was appropriate, and the Dane County DA's office would make that decision.
So just to clarify, I apologize.
No, that's okay.
The warrant that she would be returned to Wisconsin on would be a Waukesha County warrant. She would be returned to Waukesha County in custody?
That's what I believe, because it's still under the custody of DHS. But again, this is her home county for charging purposes. Therefore, I believe she will be returned to Waukesha County.
At any point down the line, could you guys press any other charges?
Not in Waukesha, unless we have jurisdiction to charge crimes that occur in Waukesha, and because she was in Dane County, they would have the jurisdiction to charge any crimes that occurred in Dane County. With regards to the conditional release, her violations of that order, which were as a result of a Waukesha County judge ordering it, that would be what would lead to a petition to revoke her conditional release.
And maybe Abby can speak to this, I'm not sure, but
Quick pause. Hope 8 viewers, and don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much. Where have you been? Thank you for being here with us. If you're hearing familiar names like Attorney Nikolai, she'll be speaking soon, yeah? We know her from the Jesse Kershevsky trial. And Anthony Cotton is a defense attorney, and we know him from the Maxwell Anderson trial. Yes, and he's representing Morgan Geyser.
what is it that concerns you about her leaving as far as her being dangerous, I guess, or danger to herself or others, which was the standard, right, that the judge went by, or at least that's what he said at the time?
Right. I think that one thing that is very concerning to me is that...
That's Attorney Nikolai. You recognize the voice, right, if we watched the trial together? Which I think that was Jesse Kershevsky, am I right? I just remember these attorneys, we've done a lot of cases in Wisconsin, hey? Tiff Knox said, and so what have we learned from this? What changes will be made to avoid this in future? Right, Katie Cat said, thanks for all your hard work, G. Love this Grizzly community, and happy Grizzly-versary to both of you.
If and when a petition is filed by the department to revoke conditional release, it will be the second one that is filed, because we were here in march on a petition to revoke conditional release already. And so it's extremely concerning that you would so blatantly violate a very, very simple condition, which is to stay in the placement and keep a bracelet on. And that we have no idea what was going on is extremely concerning to the state, because immediately my thoughts went to the victim and keeping the community safe. But as additional information is gathered, that would be the kind of facts that are put into a petition to revoke, and that would be what is litigated at that motion hearing before the court, when I'd be able to gather more information, whether there are specifics about the dangerousness. But I think those blatant acts in themselves certainly speak to the dangerousness there.
There have been reports that there was a person in custody with her, or in her presence when she was arrested. You know anything about that person, whether they played a role in her absconding?
We do not know any information about that person. That was information we had received, that there was a person that was outside the placement location, but I don't have any information about that at all.
But Abby, you were concerned at the earlier revocation hearing about people that were in touch with her even while she was still at Winnebago, correct? Outside people that were contacting her, influencing her?
Right, there's a certain notoriety here that is of concern, that there are people that kind of sought her out, that there was some concern about communication with those types of individuals. We also had concern at that point with what seemed to be kind of a pushback in terms of Ms. Geyser's acknowledgement of the extent to which she'd be monitored, in terms of my reading material is going to, that didn't seem consistent with someone that was ready to make that next step into the community.
But you have no way of knowing if this person was one of those that you were concerned about, was in contact with her at that time?
I don't know.
Would all of this happening impact a future request for a conditional release?
Certainly when those requests are made, I look back through the record in terms of assessments that have been done throughout the history of a case, and so I would say yes.
And just for the general public, I mean, because this isn't a sentence she was facing per se, but she still is under the control of the state, so there's leeway as to whether she is in custody or in state care in a facility or outside a facility, that type of thing. That's what you're talking about, trying to get her back to that previous level that she was inside Winnebago.
Right. Ultimately, if the petition to revoke conditional release were granted, she would go back to that institutional care placement, which would be a hospital facility.
Which is more secure, obviously, than
right.
Community-based facility.
Right, exactly.
Could you walk us back, just for clarity again, on the process of contacting the Leitner family once it was clear that Ms. Geyser had disappeared?
Certainly. I can tell you that I was informed yesterday morning about Ms. Geyser escaping from her placement. Prior to me even getting notification of that, I believe Ms. Nicolai and Ms. Dunn, who's the head of victim witness, also received that notification. Immediately, Ms. Dunn contacted the victim and her family to make sure that they knew about it. They did not know anything about it. We wanted to make sure that they were safe and that they had a plan in place. And I know that Ms. Dunn has been in contact with the family pretty consistently since then, offering services. And again, it was verified before we came up here that in fact no one did contact them. Again, I would have expected that the Department of Health Services would have contacted them to let them know. Obviously, we want to safeguard her safety and the community's safety, because frankly, when she's released, based upon some of the evidence that came out previous hearings, we have concerns about the safety of the community as well.
Just for clarity, she was at that risk for what was the duration? Was it September?
The judge, the final plan and placement was signed September 17th, I believe. And I'd like to take credit for knowing that. But again, Attorney Nicolai is the one who put together the timeline, and that was the time. So when she got to the facility, we're not sure, but that's when the court signed the order for the placement.
Looking back, so she wasn't in the group home for long at all. The judge signed this order for the placement in the group home September 17th of 2025, and by November 23rd, she was out of there. Cut that ankle monitor off. And that 43-year-old man had already been visiting her So the theory would be, because she'd been writing letters to people, that he'd been in contact with her, maybe sought her out, right? Targeted her is what I would call that.
Fact, do you wish that there would have been more communication between your office and a group home like that? Is that something maybe moving forward we would like to see?
Again, we're not, once the conditional release plan was signed, we really are not involved in the case. The people, DHS, they're the ones whose custody she has been given to. They would be the ones that would control that day to day. And again, I don't know what that communication is. It could have been a daily communication. It could have been a weekly communication. I'm not sure. You'd have to reach out to DHS to see exactly what that consists of. Again, our goal in our position is to hold people accountable. Certainly that's why Attorney Nicolai had advocated for the conditional release not to be granted, because that was part of the accountability and keeping our community safe.
Do you feel like there should be some mechanism to notify families in a case like this?
Absolutely. I've reached out to already some legislative personnel to see if we can't address that issue. I think that that's wrong.
Any other final questions?
And they don't have final questions, and that's the end of the clip of the press conference. Okay, so we've got, just let me see quickly, we've got this person arrested with Morgan Geyser speaks out. Let me quickly see. Yeah, that's the same one. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what his excuse is. All right, ready?
And tonight, the APC station in Madison reports a new video of Mecca in the back of the squad car right before police released him out of custody. And tonight, the APC station in Madison reports a person identifying themselves as the person arrested with Geyser, calling their newsroom saying that they're leaving Madison with Geyser and that was the best way to keep her safe. Now, here's part of that phone call.
I did not find this out until mid-morning yesterday, already in Chicago.
Find out what?
He ran because of me.
Well, Mecca, who also goes by...
Oh, my word. He says, that's him. I did not find out until this morning. Oh, man, she ran away because of me. Really, dumbass? Really? You think that's why? I mean, obviously. And you were there with her. You and your backpack and your weed. With a 23-year-old psychiatric patient in a group home. Where you going? What you gonna do in Nashville, Tennessee? Ran out of money real quick. What's your plan, bro? He's like, man, just found out she left because of me. Yeah. Okay, and you were what? She has already told police that you were sneaking into a window at night at the group home. Sure.
Charlie says the pair met at a church and formed a strong friendship. Mecca says Geyser wanted to escape because she was worried the group home she was living at would not let them visit each other.
She sobbed. She's like, they'll take away our visitation, Charlie. Lose you, and you're my best friend. And, you know that before you showed up, I was ready to drink bleach and just all this stuff. And the thing of it is, she already made it clear if I didn't go with her or not, she was still going. And she was not going back to jail, and I know what that means. At the end of the day, I followed what I thought was right, and I stand by it.
Stand by it and cuff him. I did what I thought was right, and I stand by it. Okay, wait, sorry. Let's see these last few seconds here.
Now, the police report says Mecca and Geyser were trying to make it to Nashville, Tennessee. Officers released Mecca with a citation notice. Mecca's court date is scheduled for January 15th.
January 15th it is. Shall we write that in our diaries? What the heck, man? And what is happening? I just want to see. There was one more clip here. What is this? Oh, yeah, of Anthony Cotton. Here we go.
Saturday, Madison police say she cut off her ankle monitor and then left the home with what they're calling an adult acquaintance. The two left on a bus. They were then found loitering outside a truck stop in Posen, Illinois. That is where she was taken back into custody last night. New this afternoon, Geyser's attorney Tony Cotton spoke to Inside Edition earlier.
He says he's concerned about her health now that she's in jail.
Going on the run, so to speak, seems like sort of a harebrained idea that somebody probably put in her head. Morgan has treatment needs that are not best addressed in the jail, and she's in a jail right now, so I don't imagine she's doing well being there.
TMJ4's 2 Waukesha County reporters.
We've been through the rest already. I just wanted to show you that. So, my goodness, that's where we're at right now. In fact, there's one more mugshot I've got here. Hold on. It was this article right here. It says, Morgan Geyser convicted in Slender Man stabbing appears in Cook County Court after fleeing Wisconsin. Ah, yeah, okay. Let's quickly have a look at this one because they do show us a picture of her. So, traveling companion said that Geyser felt unsafe in the group home in Madison, Wisconsin. Morgan Geyser, the woman convicted in the Wisconsin Slender Man stabbing a decade ago, appeared in a Chicago courtroom Monday after escaping her group home Saturday. Police in Madison, Wisconsin issued an alert on Sunday for Geyser, now 23, saying she was last seen around 8 p.m. Saturday with an adult acquaintance. The department issued an update late Sunday that Geyser was taken into custody in Illinois. Geyser was in custody in Markham, Illinois before she was transferred to Cook County Criminal Court building in Chicago. The adult Geyser was asked to be identified as Charlie and spoke to WGN's Sean Lewis on Monday. He said they met Geyser at a church in Madison at the end of September. Interesting timing. At the end of September. So like right after the judge signed the order for her to be sent to the group home. So like as she got to the group home, he met her at the church and immediately is like, okay, starts sneaking into a window and stuff. Okay, so they became friends. Charlie said the Geyser wanted to get out of Madison, or out of the Madison, Wisconsin group home she was in because she did not feel safe. She's like, I can't do this, I can't stay here, Charlie said. On Saturday afternoon, Geyser told Charlie that she was planning to make a run for it. I just wanted her to be safe and not go alone. I was worried if she went alone, it would come back to self-harm, Charlie said. She needed the support, and that's all I was trying to do. She's my best friend. Mary said, gee, did you see my messages? No, I did not see that. She wants you to reach out to her. Well, we talk to each other. About what? Send me an email. grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your sticker. Okay, so he said she's my best friend. Charlie, here's a picture of her, right? Charlie said the Geyser cut off the electronic monitoring bracelet on Saturday night before she left the group home. Records show that there was an alert sent out at 9:30 p.m. Saturday night, but there was no follow-up until the group home called 911 on Sunday morning. By that time, the pair were already in Chicago. The two took a Greyhound bus to Chicago, and Charlie said they walked from downtown to a truck stop in Posen, Illinois. We didn't really have a plan, just to get as far away as we could, just vanish, Charlie said. Oh, that's not safe, right? Charlie said the Geyser rarely talked about the Slender Man stabbing incident. And we've gone over the rest of the timeline, right? Southern Cali B said, gee, that's Maxwell's attorney. I know, that's what we said earlier. That's Maxwell Anderson's attorney. The pen clicker. Thank you for your sticker as well. Okay, so I think we've spoken a lot today. I got to rest my voice as well a little bit. But we did a full recap of the case. We read the whole probable cause affidavit. We looked at the body cam. We watched the press conference together. So I hope that you feel informed about the case. If you didn't know about it before, if you knew about it already, you knew it well, maybe it's just a good refresher. Thank you for being here with us. And I'll just keep you posted on what happens here next. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I really hope that Morgan Geyser will be kept safe from herself and that others will be kept safe from her. And yeah, as for the guy, I don't know what's going to happen if what charges eventually, what would that look like? We shall see in January. I think they said, January 15th. We shall see. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Wishing you a wonderful whatever time it is for you, afternoon, evening. Thank you, mods, patrons, members, all the subscribers, everyone that's here. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do become part of this community. And I will see you again very soon. Stay safe.